Once you do, can you put the link in the chat?
Yep.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Am I
Hi.
helping in any way, or am I just here?
You are here and you're amazing.
I'm glad to be here. I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything.
Raina, I think this will be really good for you to be able to sit back and not have any like tasks to really reflect around what we do for graduation.
Cool beans.
Okay. The YouTube link is there. I'm also going to send it out to the rest of the staff and families right now.
Yeah, Miss Raina, would you be able to monitor the live stream just so we have someone that's in the room with eyes on the live stream to notify us if something is not right or if something is going wrong?
Live stream meaning the Zoom?
Yeah, Justin now has us on live stream on YouTube. So I was wondering if you would be able to go to the live stream and just monitor, keep eyes on that, just in case something goes wrong on that end. We have someone.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
in
asking. Does that require me to have? Okay, got you. So I'm going to YouTube.
Yes,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yep. You just gonna have to walk me through it. Hold on. I am so like ridiculous when it comes to this stuff. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's okay. There's a live button at the top left-hand corner.
I'm
That
logging
says-
in right now. At first, I'm
Okay.
logged in currently on my phone. I'm switching to my laptop right now.
Okay.
So adults who just came into space, I'm going down the line and making sure everyone is a co-host. That'll allow you to mute and unmute yourselves as the students will not be able to unmute themselves.
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Hara, do you have any questions around the technical aspect of spotlighting or any of that? I think you probably got that.
Oh, shit.
No, I think I'll be good keeping an eye
Awesome.
on the participants. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Hara, did you get Awele's videos?
She's sending me her last one, hopefully in the next minute or so.
Okay.
Anderson, did you need me to go ahead and check, allow participants to rename themselves?
Yes, please. Does it allow you to do that? For some reason,
Yeah.
that didn't come up on mine.
Cancel. Yeah, I can do that.
All right. I think what we could do, which would be beneficial just really quick, is kind of do a roll call for who's supposed to be here. And if that person's not here, just identifying that. Looks like Mr. Fry just came in. Trying to find him. Where is he at on here? There he is. Okay. So looks like all the administrators are here. Ms. Fardell is here. Fry and Spencer are both here. Ms. Vu is here. Is Dr. Akatuba here? Is she? Awesome. Mr. Tracy's here. Ms. Johnson, Ms. Dolan, Ms. Kasai and Mr. Yan have a video. Mr. Knox has a video. Mr. Durkin's here. Ms. Dolan and Ms. Colt are here. Mr. Carroll's here. Mr. Durkin. Mr. Burt. Do we see Mr. Burt yet? Okay. Okay. Mr. Kroll sent a video. Is Mr. Valdez on with us? Awesome. Mr. Green, Ms. Awele? Ms. Awele, are you on?
Yes.
Awesome. Ms. James is on. Mr. Tracy. Ms. Salonga sent a video. Ms. Hanson sent a video. Is James Shapiro, Mr. Shapiro on? No? Okay. Let's see. So that's Shapiro and Burt right now. Schaefer's on.
No.
Colonel Williams is not on, it doesn't look like. Is that right? Okay, Mr. Arturo is here. Welcome back, Mr. Arturo. We have missed you. Mr. Mohammed's there. Dr. D, Mish, not quite yet. Nothing for Genesis yet. Can I ask a question of the team just really quick? Well, we'll hold off on that. Miss Lindo, are you on? Okay, Miss Lindo looks like she is on. Colas is here, and that is it. So Bert. Shapiro and Sergeant Williams. Okay. So if if the three of those folks don't come, I'll present the students that are receiving those awards, Eleanor Wickstrom and Razkia, sorry, looking up the name quick. Darhan, and so that's for social studies. Mr. Shapiro nominated Kasaria Brinson, and Sergeant Williams nominated Kuniko Randos. And so I'm happy to present on all those kids. I know all those students. If anyone feels the urge and wants to present for one of those kids, just let me know. I think for now, we should kind of go through just a couple particulars. I want to share my screen, and I want Ms. Johnson, if you're able to kind of talk about that part of like doing the split screen or the side-by-side. Okay. Ms. Johnson, are you there? Okay. So
Sorry, I'm having delays. My laptop is moving really slow. I'll
right.
try and
I
find
can
that
do it
better.
if you want. Didn't you just want them to go to the view options?
Yep. So now that
Mhm.
Mr. Anderson, oh yeah. So
No,
now
go
that
ahead.
Mr. Anderson has shared his screen, everyone should be able to see the green bar at the top of the screen. And it says view options. So if you are in speaker view, you can now go to the view options, scroll all the way down to where it says side-by-side mode. And now you should be able to see Mr. Anderson's slideshow along with the person who is speaking, which is myself.
Anybody need those directions one more time? Okay. I'm gonna just make some more folks co-hosts as they're coming in. Let's see, anybody else need to be a co-host? And again, correct, it's correct that if you're a co-host, you cannot make someone a co-host, is that true?
No, we can make co-hosts as well.
Okay. So as I'm sharing my screen, if whoever's letting folks in the space, Ms. Johnson or Ms. Wong or Mr. Colas, or any of you really can, let's make sure any adults, that any staff members.
And again, correct, it's correct that if you're a co-host.
Yeah, if you're also doing the YouTube, you make sure your volume on YouTube's down.
Yeah, this is just a reminder to the folks that joined us a little late. We are now live streaming on YouTube. So if you would like to stop your video during the presentation, please feel free to do so. However, as long as you see the recording icon in the top left hand of your corner, that means we are streaming. And as Mr. Colas just put in the chat, we have about 30 people watching us right about now. So that's awesome. Our families are clicking on the link. Hi, families. We will get started in just a few moments. If you are watching, you get to see a little behind the scenes actions before we let in our students for this historic night.
Dr. Hara, don't forget to allow me access to view those videos.
Yeah, can you want to just, yeah,
Let's
you should have access.
I think
You
let's
wanna
test it
real quick.
really quick, yeah. There's Mr. Burt. Yep, I think that looks, we'll just try it.
You gotta make sure you unmute it when you push play. Should be good.
Unmute.
This right on the screen there, the actual box of the video. It's
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah,
mute
got
sign.
it. Let's try it again here.
Hi, I'm Miss Kasai, and I'm so happy to be presenting the Never House of Mon Burgunders. I have many memories of Mon as a freshman, kind-hearted, with a great smile and a super sense of humor. Sometimes he
Okay, this one says I need access, the next one.
Just reshared.
Okay.
Next one is, yeah. You want to test it, Anderson?
Yep. I think I have to refresh it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says I don't have access.
Give me a sec. Let me see what's up.
Okay. It looks like the newer one, the ones that I initially sent you, I'm not having access to. And then the Waylay ones I don't have access to. The only one I had access to was the first one that Kasai, Imams.
Anderson, if you have a moment, can you make Mr. Burt a co-host? I may have been wrong about co-hosts being able to make other co-hosts.
Sure. Doing so now. Okay.
Mr. Anderson, can you also
Mr.
make,
Burt wins best background of the evening so far.
Mr. Anderson, can you make Coach
That's funny.
Bates
I was thinking the same
a
thing.
co-host, please?
Yeah, I believe I did so.
Are we
Everyone,
now letting students in?
no, we'll give it a minute. Everyone, just make sure you can mute and unmute yourselves. Hara, what do you think we should do if I can't get access to this? Do you think I should?
I just went through every single video and shared them individually. So if you could refresh, it should be good.
Yeah, it looks good. I think we're good.
Great.
Okay. I'm gonna test one more time now. I guess I don't have to share my screen.
While you test, Mr. Anderson, I'm going to repeat what Ms. Johnson just said. Apologies to those 40 people who are already live streaming, ready to go. You are seeing some behind the scene actions as we work out the kinks of this new system. Don't worry, by graduation, we're going to have all the kinks worked out and have plenty of music playing during this time. Sit tight, we will get started in no time. Our awardees are in the waiting room waiting for us, and we are just testing out to make sure that we have a smooth event. We'll get started in no time, and hang tight. Thanks for joining us tonight.
All right, I think we can start letting kids in. There's a few folks waiting in the waiting room.
I also think we need to highlight Colas's background. He might win for the best.
That's the best homemade background.
Now wait a second. Who says I didn't make this?
Virtual. Homemade always wins. What are you talking about?
Why don't we start letting
Yeah,
this?
I spun this myself.
I see your background too, though. You got festive.
This is from Morocco. Thank you.
I see you.
Miss Susanna, I'm making you a co-host so you can unmute yourself.
There's no college and career center slide with our students. I just noticed that.
Okay, there we go.
It was, okay. Alcian, I don't think that we can rectify that at this moment.
Okay. Does that mean that we?
No, you should present.
Okay.
Present in line. And so you're technically going after Genesis, but it doesn't look like Genesis is on here. So I think I'm going to present for the Climate and Culture Keepers.
Okay.
And
So
then
I just want to say, oh, sorry. I just want to say all of the students who are now entering the space, please take a moment to rename yourself using your first and last name so we can identify you during the presentation. If you're uncomfortable identifying your last name, then please just go ahead and identify your Zoom name with your first name so we can recognize you when the time comes. Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, should we detail how students do that?
Sure. So if you are unfamiliar on how to rename yourself, you can just go up to your name in the participant. So if you go to the participants area, find your name, there is a blue button that says more. And when you click that blue button that says more, it allows you the option to rename yourself. So if you could please do that before we get started so we can correctly recognize you when the time comes. Thank you.
So Pierce, did you see the message to make Bert a co-host?
Yep, he should be good.
Hey y'all, can you guys hear me? Okay.
And students, if you are having troubles renaming yourself, you can message me or put a message in the chat, and one of the adults or the co-hosts in the space can assist you with renaming.
Maybe we'll give it maybe 2 more minutes, folks. Does that sound good?
Oh shoot, I'm not on mute.
Really good turnout so far. Remember, staff, a lot of our students have a lot of responsibilities, and some will be on with us and some won't. We will still present their award. So speak as the student is here with us tonight, even if they're not.
And again, this is just a reminder to all of the students that are just now entering the space. If you could please take a moment to rename yourself using your first name, we would greatly appreciate it so we can recognize you when the time comes. If you need some assistance renaming yourself, please go ahead and indicate it in the chat and we will be able to help you.
All right, team, are we ready to go?
I think so.
Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen.
Anderson, I have a parent asking me on text for the link for the YouTube live. Could you text me that?
It was emailed out to all families and staff about 10 minutes ago.
And it is also in the chat box, Rebecca. So
Okay.
just a quick reminder for all of our students, we're about to get started. Please make sure that you have renamed yourself with at least your first name so we can find you and recognize you when the time comes. For families who have been waiting on our live stream, we appreciate you. This is the first time we are doing this and we could not be more thrilled that you are joining us. Thank you for listening to all that background noise. Next time we'll have some beautiful music playing, but we really want to make sure we get this right, and I hope you can tell from our efforts. So without further ado, we are going to get started. All right, let me see here. We all set to go?
Yep.
All right. All right, welcome to Skyline High School's 2020 Award Night. None of us really expected to be here in a Zoom room tonight, but we're really excited to be on this sort of metaphoric stage of sorts and celebrate all of our seniors tonight. If anyone deserves this recognition tonight, it's our seniors. And again, we could not be more thrilled to take this time and make sure they are honored in the way that they deserve. A very quick note on technology for all of you who are watching on your Zoom. We will be spotlighting students as they are called for their awards. So if you would like to see it in the spotlight format, please make sure you go to the top right portion of your screen and click speaker view. Once we are in presentation mode, which we are now, a green box at the top should be on your screen. It says you are viewing Justin Anderson's screen. Click on view options and select side-by-side mode. That way, when each award is given, it will make sure to spotlight the person who is actually receiving the award, and we can see your beautiful face.
Again, thank you all for joining us. We couldn't be more excited to celebrate the class of 2020. We are so excited to celebrate you and to send you all of our congratulations from the many different places we are at this moment. So without further ado, I'm going to ask that we move into the first award of our evening, and we invite up Tania Fardia, daughter of the legendary Skyline football coach, Tony Fardella, and head football coach, Joe Bates, to announce the Coach Tony Fardella's Pride Scholarship Award.
Thank you. So hello, Titans. I hope everyone's staying safe and well. And we just want to first thank Mr. Anderson and Coach Colas for letting us be part of the presentation tonight. Yes, thank you. And I'm Tanya Fardella. This is my dad, my dad, Tony Fardella. He was a third generation Californian. His grandparents emigrated from Italy and Spain in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And my dad grew up in the Mission District of San Francisco. He was the first in his family to graduate from college and also to earn his master's degree. He was the head football coach at Skyline from 1969 through the 1986 football seasons. He was known as a pretty tough character. If you speak with any of the alumni from anywhere in the 70s and 80s, I'm sure they'll have stories to regale you with. But he was tough, but that was because he truly cared about his players and students. And he wanted to do all he could to help them succeed on the field and in the classroom and out in real life. So while he was coaching, he developed the acronym PRIDE, where the first letter in each letter of the word stands for a different phrase. So as you can hopefully see here, the P was for pay the price. R is respect yourself and others. I is intelligence. D is discipline and dedication. And E is execution of your game plan. And, oh, I'm sorry, we're having an Amber Alert down here where I live. Anyway, my dad passed away in 2012, and I wanted to find a way to honor his memory and to do something to help the Skyline football program. So along with a group of the football alumni, Alan Marcus, who is present tonight there, Alan could not have done it without him. He's wonderful. Lou Dokas and Mark Bywater, we established the Coach Fardella Fund for Skyline Football, and we raised over $16,000 between the 2014 and 2016 football seasons. And though we're no longer actively fundraising, we were still able to help with buying equipment for the team, and we were able to establish the Coach Tony Fardella Pride Scholarship Award. And this is $1,000 to be awarded to the player each season through next year who shows the highest level of dedication both on the field and in the classroom. And so tonight we are so honored to present this year's award to Javon Carter. Javon, I so wish that we could have done this in person. I really wish we could have, but I'm glad that we at least still have a way to honor you and to congratulate you for all your accomplishments this past year. And everybody, we're all so proud of you. And I want to introduce Coach Joe Bates. Coach Bates and his staff selected Javon to receive the award this year. And Coach Bates has done an amazing job with the football program. And he is going to tell you a little bit now about how he and his staff went about selecting Javon. So.
Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. Thanks to all the Fardellas and Tanya for having this opportunity for our student athletes. We definitely wanted to select a student that exemplified all of the five deals that your father pretty much started for the program going forth. Javon was one of those guys that exemplified all five of those. He's a great student in the classroom. I think he got 4.0s the whole year this year. And he also is a great athlete. He's one of those guys, yes, coach, no coach. Yes, sir, no, ma'am. So he's one of those hard workers that I think is going to do well in the community and also in his career. Post-secondary academics, I think he told me about a coding school in Silicon Valley that he's pursuing. So he's gonna hold that scholarship well and definitely represent the Fardella family well with that scholarship opportunity. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach Bates, and congratulations, Javon. And I now would like to bring Mr. Anderson to announce the male and female student athletes of the year.
All right, this evening I have the privilege to honor both the male and female athletes of the year. And I find that pretty ironic for someone that's not quite athletic himself. So I have the privilege this evening to also do slides, sorry everyone, to honor two amazing young people for their commitment to not just athletics, but being student athletes. I have known Derek for 4 years. He is in my pathway, and I can speak to him as a student. He is a hard worker. When he doesn't always understand things, he asks questions. He is really inquiry-minded in that way. And I do want to read something from his coach, DeAndre Petit, regarding his athleticism and his commitment to the boys basketball team. And so Coach Petit says that he's been Derek's basketball coach for the past school year. During that time, he has seen Derek grow from a shy student with a lot of potential to a confident, talented young man with incredible footwork and great drive to succeed. When Coach became the coach at Skyline that past season, Derek was first team All-City. Derek was eager to be the best student athlete he could be. His character is one of the best I have ever coached. Derek was a reliable and trustworthy teammate. He has never shied away from trying new things and working hard and becoming great at it. In addition to his determination and skill, Derek is a great student athlete and kind to all of his peers. He always offers to practice. He's a gifted athlete and a wonderful influence on other young people. So that's what Coach had to say about Derek. Derek, congratulations. This is so deserving. It's been amazing to watch you grow over these last 4 years. Now, the second student athlete of the year, the female student athlete of the year, Janisa Salazar, is someone who I've actually known since she was very little. In elementary and in middle school, she's been coming up to Skyline because, as many of us know, her father is our athletic director. I do want to say that Coach Salazar took himself out of the voting this year, and we as a staff had an opportunity to choose the student athlete of the year, and we landed on Janisa for a variety of options. As a young woman of color who participates on the girls' golf team, a sport that is predominantly white, she has really made an impact on this program and the sport in Oakland. She has led her teams to state tournaments for 2 years in a row, and she has beaten me on a couple of occasions out on the golf course. I want to read what Coach Sal did right, who is not only Janice's father, not only our athletic director, but is also our girls golf coach. Coach Sal writes, Janisa has been the cornerstone of the girls golf program for the past 4 years. She is the only one in Oakland to qualify for the NorCal Girls Golf Tournament 4 years in a row. The past 2 years, she has qualified. She has been the section champion. She has maintained a GPA close to 4.0 throughout high school and has held a job with Ace Kids Golf, coaching students ranging from 8 to 18 years of age. Although she received 2 partial scholarships to play golf in colleges in the Midwest, she has decided to attend Clark Atlanta University, but no longer play competitive golf. Janisa, we're so proud of you and all of your accomplishments at Skyline, and you very well deserve this award. I want to congratulate Janisa and Derek for Female and Male Student Athletes of the Year. I would now like to move into the section of the awards for our pathways. And so I would first like to bring up Mr. Fry and Mr. Spencer for the Computer Science and Technology pathway.
Hi, Mr. Fry, and the Director of the Computer Science and Technology pathway. And we're one of the 4 pathways, and we emphasize learning about computer science and multimedia and digital filmmaking. And it's really my pleasure tonight to be able to just talk to you a little bit about Eleanor Wickstrom. Well, she's really our hero. And I really have to say that she really is a Renaissance woman. She has demonstrated such profound knowledge and awards. Not only is she a poet and a scholar and an amazing athlete, that she's done so much for us as part of a pathway by helping to promote women within computer science. She's been just the best public relations we could have ever hoped for. And we're so proud to have you as a student, and so proud to have you have this award tonight. One quick thing is, when she did an internship with one of our big corporate sponsors, SAP, she did so well that they really wanted to try to keep her. They wanted to hire her even though she's still a junior in high school. So she's that kind of person, and we're just so happy tonight to be able to have her here and honor her tonight with all of you tonight. I will pass it on to Mr. Spencer.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Spencer, and I had the pleasure of teaching most of the seniors now for the last 3 years. I really had the pleasure of introducing those of you who don't know, an outstanding student, outstanding person, and that is Astrid Amaya. Astrid, I got to know Astrid over the last 2 years because she was one of our SAP interns also last year, did an exceptional job. They asked to have her back this year. They were eager to have her back until, of course, there was the school closure. But as she knows, the SAP internship continues on through college. Just to brag a little bit about Astrid, I know that she does a lot of community service work. She's currently spending the extra time that she does have working at the Alameda Food Bank and one of the locations there that's near her neighborhood. She is a Cerrone Lena Scholarship recipient. She is in the top 25 of her graduating class for GPA, finishing with above a 4.0. And she is planning on attending San Francisco State University and majoring in computer science. I cannot wait to see her continue on and hopefully keep in touch with us as just a stellar student, a stellar person, and congratulations, Astrid. I would now like to call upon Ms. Vu to present the outstanding performance in the education and community health pathway. Ms. Vu.
Hi guys, I'm Ms. Vu and I'm the director of the Education and Community Health Pathway. Our pathway is focused on providing our students opportunities to grow as change makers, as well as experiences related to careers in education and health, with a focus on equity. Our first award goes to Ramir Davis, and I actually want to read something that Mr. Huerta, one of our pathway teachers, wrote about his experience this year. Ramir has not always been a hardworking student, but he has always shown signs of being very ambitious. Luckily, his ambition made him grow into an astute and reliable student. Although there were many times he would show up late to class, he always had a huge smile coming in and always offered to help in any way he could. Ramir will continue to be a very positive and self-disciplined young adult when he leaves Skyline, and I know that he will be able to accomplish his goals and aspirations as long as he continues to want it. And I completely second that. Our second award goes to Isel Zavala, and I want to read something that Ms. Ramon Gonzalez, our counselor, wrote about her experience with Isel. For the past 4 years, Isel has volunteered with the Emory Citizens Assistant Program, where she helps prepare and pass out meals and groceries to families experiencing homelessness. Through our conversations and her actions, I have learned that Isel is kind, caring, and intellectually driven. Always with a smile on her face, Estelle is always willing to lend a hand. For example, talking to younger students in my office when I ask her to give advice to younger students, or offering to help new students to Skyline by showing them where to go for IDs, or bringing them to me for extra support. Estelle is also an active member of the Church of Latter-day Saints and has to attend church every morning prior to coming to school, usually at 6:30 a.m. Yet she has excellent attendance and rarely is late to school. After school, you can find Itzel running across Skyline Boulevard with her fellow members of the Skylines cross country team or helping organize for the swim team. Most importantly, Itzel is one of the most humble students I have met. Since 9th grade, she has consistently maintained a semester GPA above a 3.5 and has enrolled in AP classes since 10th grade and has goals of a career in medicine or science. Due to dedicating lots of her time to her academics and her spare time to church activities, Itzel often sacrifices socializing and quote fun. Itzel does small acts of kindness every day, whether it is empowering other young women like Queen, you got this, helping her younger friends with class selection for next year to begin a cheerleader at the college center when seniors were hitting the submit button on their college apps. Lastly, Itzel has shown tremendous strength and resiliency during these recent difficult times, whether it was asking for help on her AP stats assignments to reaching out to Susanna for help on college matters. Itzel has shown us that she is unstoppable. And I completely agree. Itzel is amazing. I would now like to welcome Dr. Akatuba to present the award for outstanding performance in the green energy pathway.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Ayo Akatuba, and I'm the director of the Green Energy Pathway. The Green Energy Pathway is aligned with the energy, environment, and utilities industry sector. It is a STEM pathway with specific focus on sustainability, energy efficiency, and environmental issues. We prepare our students for careers in green energy, engineering, medicine, architecture, agriculture, building design, and other science-related careers. Our students learn how to take care of the earth that we live in through scientific experiments, hands-on projects, and other exciting learning experiences. Now to the award. This was a highly contested process as we had several seniors who have worked hard to demonstrate what we are about in the Green Energy Pathway. Having said that, the award for outstanding performance in the Green Energy Pathway goes to Hannah Wall Sanchez and Joaquin Bansuelo, also known as Kino. Hannah and Kino are very strong academically and relate well with their peers and teachers. But what separates these students from the others is their genuine commitment to making their community a better place. They are both advocates of green issues and social justice issues. Both students use the Senior Capstone Project as an opportunity to learn and make a difference. Hannah and Kino have spent their time in the Green Energy Pathway to learn about green jobs, and both are planning to go into environmental fields. Hannah completed her internship with the Rose Foundation, which focuses on protecting our environment and environmental justice. As we speak, Hannah's face is actually plastered on the advertisement for Rose Foundation. Both Hannah and Kino have a dedication to the environment that goes beyond school. I wish them all the best in their future endeavors. Go green. I would now like to welcome Mr. Tracy to present the award for outstanding performance in the Skyline Visual and Performing Arts Pathway. Thank you.
Good evening, students and families. Congratulations to the class of 2020. I'm really excited to present the awards for the Performing Arts Pathway. The Skyline Visual and Performing Arts Pathway prepares students for creative careers in the areas of dance, music, drama, design, and fine art. The students we are honoring tonight demonstrated tremendous artistic growth and showed a willingness to take risks in their art. They have achieved what they have because of their commitment to their work. It is with great pleasure that I give the awards for outstanding performance in the visual and performing arts. The first award I'm going to read is to Evelina Revezo Weber, and this is a message from Miss Awele to Evelina. It is an honor to present the Pathway Award to you. Since you arrived at Skyline, you have demonstrated that you are an artist, a young scholar, and an activist. Your creative work as an actor, dancer, singer, choreographer, and producer has touched the Skyline High School community, the Youth Musical Theater Company, Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Edinburgh, Scotland Festival Fringe. always professional with integrity and grace. Congratulations, your trailblazing experiences have put you on a path to soar at Drew University in Madison, New Jersey. Congratulations. And the next award goes to Reynaldo Rivero, or Ray as we call him. Ray is a student that I will miss greatly. I'm really emotional just thinking about not seeing you next year, Ray. Ray has participated in the visual arts strand of the pathway and arts elective since 9th grade, and he has shown tremendous growth in his technique and his creative vision. His AP art portfolio beautifully uplifts the importance of preserving our lakes, rivers, and oceans. His near perfect attendance and abundant enthusiasm are among his most celebrated qualities. Ray takes his artwork and school seriously and has a wonderful sense of humor. Congratulations, Ray. And I will now welcome Ms. Johnson to begin the Atlas portion of the program.
Hi, I have the wonderful opportunity to represent the Atlas freshman community. This award was created to honor our students that have started at Skyline in one of our 4 houses and finished in one of our 4 pathways. We currently have 13 of 16 teachers that year with us. Teachers that have had students as 9th graders have watched them grow and succeed at Skyline. The following awards are the Atlas House 4-year Skyline Success Awards. I would like to welcome up the following 4 current or former Atlas teachers: Ms. Dolan, representing Prometheus, Ms. Kasai, Mr. Yan, representing Metis, Mr. Knox, representing Themis, and Mr. Durkin, representing a very unique cohort of students that freshman year, our MYP cohort. Ms. Dolan?
Sorry about that, I couldn't unmute. Hi, I am so honored to present these awards. First, Gwen, you stood out as a phenomenal student way back when you were a very freshman. You were witty, mature, kind, and it was an honor to have you. I know I wrote you this in an email recently, but I am sure that your future is very bright and you are so talented. Congratulations. Daniela, likewise, I am so proud to present this to you, and it is so lovely to see you. Over the course of your 9th grade year, you modeled determination, resilience, perseverance, but all kindness. Your heart is what I remember more than anything, and it has been a joy to see you turn into the woman that I see on the screen today and who I always love to see around campus. I wish you all the best in whatever you do next. I'm sure it will be absolutely brilliant. Best of luck to you both, and thank you.
So for our next award, we do have some videos presented from Ms. Kasai, who was not able to be here this evening, but she is presenting the Metis Atlas Award for the 2 Metis students. And the first is Iman Bernardez.
Hi, I'm Ms. Kasai, and I'm so happy to be presenting the Metis House Award to Iman Bernardez. I have many memories of Iman as a freshman, kind-hearted with a great smile and a super sense of humor. Sometimes he put his shenanigans ahead of his schoolwork, but over time he gained focus and became quite a success. Iman, thank you for continuing to say hi to me when you pass by in the hallways over the years. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors. I'm sure you will do beautifully.
Congratulations, Iman. I can just speak to just your presence on campus and how special of a student you are. Always greeting, always saying hi, always being positive. And so I've greatly enjoyed getting to know you and seeing you grow over these last 4 years. The next award, Ms. Kasai will give to Carrie Estrada Cruz.
Hi everyone, I'm Ms. Kasai. I'd like to honor Carrie Estrada Cruz with the Metis House Award. I had the pleasure of having Carrie as a student twice in biology class. When she took it as a junior, I was so impressed by her degree of motivation and her desire to succeed across all of her classes, all while holding down a job. My fondest memories are of our field trip to the Exploratorium, where we were able to share lots of laughs, and our end of the semester breakfast celebration, where she cooked almost all the food. Carrie, I wish you the very best and look forward to seeing where you end up in life after Skyline. I'm really proud of you. Congratulations.
Carrie, your diligence and your motivation to be a successful student and that growth over the 4 years has been tremendous to watch. Greatly appreciated getting to know you as well. Thank you for all of your hard work. The next award is for the Themis House Award. And we have two amazing young people that are being honored for the Themis House Award. Mr. Knox was also unable to be here this evening, and he submitted video. And the first award goes to Sierra Phillips Saylor.
Sierra, congratulations on receiving the Themis Award. Myself and your teachers all felt that you deserved this award, not just because you were extremely mature as a 9th grader and a good student, but we've also seen you really blossom and grow over the years and develop into a very strong young adult. We hope the best for you. Take care and congratulations.
Sierra, it has been an absolute pleasure knowing you. Your commitment to not just yourself, but Skyline as a whole has been instrumental in the growth and the positivity of Skyline. I know also just recently, you had some very important words for our Oakland City Council and made some big changes and some big decisions made on behalf of them based off of your words. So just appreciate just your dedication to not just yourself and your own success, but you're uplifting others as well. It's been great to get to know you, kiddo. The next award is for Trayvon Mann, and Mr. Knox also submitted a video for Trayvon for the Metis Award.
Congratulations on receiving the Themis Award, Trey. We felt you deserved this award for a number of reasons. You didn't have the strongest 9th grade year, if I say so, but you pulled it together. You stayed with us all 4 years. Here you are graduating with some strong grades, holding a job all the way through. And you definitely exhibit what it means to be a Titan. And we're sure you're going to be doing some successful things in the future. And we wish you the best.
Trayvon, I've had the privilege to know you as well for 4 years and also had both of your brothers. You know, this is the end of the cycle for the Mann family at Skyline. And it's been an amazing 12 years with your family. So thank you for your commitment and dedication as well to your schoolwork and your school. Next up, I will bring Mr. Durkin to present the MYP Cohort Award.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. This is a very special group of seniors for me because this was the first time I taught freshmen. It was my 3rd year teaching. I was super nervous. I never taught freshmen before, but luckily for me, they turned out to be an amazing young group of people, and they kind of walked into Skyline acting like seniors most of the time. I'm super thrilled to give this award to Mina Robitaille and Hannah Wool-Sanchez. Both students continue to amaze me to this day. Mina, from the day she stepped into Skyline until the day she left, albeit earlier than expected, always inspired others, including myself. She was able to get the best out of her peers by showing genuine care and holding incredibly high standards for herself and others around her. And we can see her influence all over Skyline, whether it be her direct group of friends, the cross-country team, leadership, everywhere across the campus. So Mina, very, very proud of you. Congratulations. Next, I'll talk a little bit about Hannah. Hannah, also a very incredible student. As I got to know Hannah throughout the years, I saw how she embodied really Oakland and Oakland's trait of being resilient and grit. Hannah continually challenged herself in every aspect of life and rose to that challenge by spending an impressive amount of time and energy working towards overcoming it. Both of these young people have made me remarkably proud and incredibly fortunate to have spent the last 4 years working with them, and they've occasionally had lunch in my classroom, which has been a really special treat for me. So please come back soon, and my sandwich is turkey on rye, so bring that with you. Next, I will bring up Ms. Dolan and Ms. Colt for the academic awards.
Hi. So the first award, waiting for the slideshow to catch up, Blaze Fennell. So Blaze, are you here? Okay, so I chose this. When I think about English, it's not just about reading literature and writing essays, but rather it's about critical thinking, empathy, and connection. And when I think about those things, I think that you embody all of those characteristics. It has been wonderful to see you emerge as a leader on our campus, critically engaging with our campus, whether it is your peers through RJ, supporting our staff at PDs, or genuinely just working to create a better campus climate than the one that you walked onto 4 years ago. I have no doubt that you are going to go on to do great things in this world. And I am so grateful that I got to spend some time with you when you were a freshman. Congratulations. And I will pass it on to Ms. Colt to present our next.
Hi, it has been really a great and wonderful pleasure to teach Malcolm. I had him as a sophomore and as a senior. Throughout this experience, Malcolm has impressed me with his intellectual curiosity, his challenging nature, and his wry sense of humor. Like all students here tonight, Malcolm is very special. Everything he does, including his sense of style, has a particular unique flair. He is extremely generous and always helps his classmates to push their thinking to the highest levels. Malcolm loves to challenge authority, and while this can sometimes be frustrating, it also helps to motivate those around him, including his teachers and especially me. I know that Malcolm will be a great success, and it has been a joy to have him in class. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Carroll to the podium to announce the award for outstanding performance in physical and life science.
Hello. So my name is Mr. Carroll. I am a science teacher here at Skyline. And at Skyline, we really try to see science as a discipline that will hold its students to a really high standard, and that we require our students to really think deeply, critically, and analytically. We're training our students to draw connections from the learning in class to the whole world around them. And at the same time, science, as everyone has that experience, is a really collaborative pursuit that requires people to work with a wide variety of folks with varied interests, expertise, and experiences. So the students who we would like to honor tonight with that award for science have taken these mindsets further. They've each taken multiple AP science courses. They've been incredibly helpful and supportive to their peers, and they've pursued numerous scientific extracurriculars. I'm really happy to present these awards to Eleanor Wickstrom and Tienan Nguyen. So firstly to Eleanor. Although I haven't had the pleasure of personally teaching Eleanor, I have had a chance to regularly interact with her in Skyline's GSA. She's always astounded me with her ability to see nuance and subtlety in an issue that has showed me how she was always drawing connections between her own experiences and the world around her. This is an integral part of doing science, drawing connections that no one had seen before. And I know that Eleanor will be able to take this scientific mindset to whatever task is in her future. Congratulations, Eleanor. We're all so proud of you. The next person is Tienan Nguyen. And I actually have had a chance to have interactions with Tienan. Nice hat, Tienan. For quite a long time, he was a founding member of the robotics club here at Skyline, and I've been able to see his abilities grow in that club each year. From the beginning, he was always eager to tackle the problems in the club, and he wasn't afraid to throw creative ideas at technical problems like coding, designing, or engineering. And he was always supportive of his teammates to be better and to help set the club up for success. Ultimately, he's taken the reins during this competition season and kept everyone motivated as they transitioned the competition from being physical to virtual. And outside of the robotics, I just know all the time, based off of the conversations I hear, that Teenan cares incredibly much about science, and it's just really been a pleasure to engage with you. So congratulations again, Teenan. And it is now my pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Durkin to present the Math Department Award.
Thank you, Mr. Carroll. Appreciate that. So every year we present the Math Award to students who demonstrate curiosity and excellence in the field of mathematics. Both students have challenged themselves in all 4 years at Skyline, and I've been fortunate enough actually to teach Teenan and Eleanor in 2 of their math classes, geometry and AP stats. And I can tell you, if I just gave them the book, they would have been totally fine. And this year's award goes to, of course, Eleanor and Teenan. And I will read a short statement by their AP calculus teacher, Ms. Zhang. Starting now. I have known Eleanor and Teenan for 3 years. It's been my pleasure to have them in class, and it is my honor to be their teacher. Eleanor and Teenan are intelligent individuals with passion for learning, the excellent study habits and self-discipline, and with clear goals for themselves, both in the short term and long term. They are not just taking the class for getting the good grade. They are serious learners. They have a deep, good, challenging questions in math classes. They are great examples for all students, and they deserve the award for their hard work and outstanding achievements throughout the past years in mathematics. Congratulations. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Burt for the Social Studies Department.
Hi, everyone. It is great to be here tonight at the Skyline Senior Awards Night. There's so many other places that we could be tonight, our living room, our kitchen, our bed, but we're all here together on Zoom. Back in August, who'd have thought that we'd be even having our awards night on Zoom? And who in August had ever even heard of Zoom before? But seriously, folks, and with deference to the other departments present tonight, social studies might be the most powerful tool we have at our disposal for understanding not just who we are, but why we are. The skills we use to analyze the past help us interpret the present and envision a more perfect future. Luckily for our future, the Skyline Social Studies Department's 2 award winners embody the transformative power of social studies. Our first award winner is a name that you've probably heard a few times already this evening, Eleanor Wickstrom. Eleanor is the type of student that teachers theoretically should hate because she's smarter than every single one of us. There's something remarkable about the way that Eleanor uses her encyclopedic knowledge of a variety of historical events to understand the ebbs and flows of history and explain them with the eloquence and nuance that textbooks sorely lack. It's no surprise that Eleanor plans to use her social studies skills when she attends college outside of Boston, synthesizing the powers of social studies and STEM to envision a career path that will let her change the world. Be sure to tune into C-SPAN in the future. Her policy analysis will be must-see TV. Our next award winner is someone who has never let me forget that I am a white man. In a good way, in a good way. Razkia Darhan's greatest strength is her gift for naming and disrupting the patterns of oppression that have persisted throughout history. Her critical analysis leaves no bias unexamined. Next year, Raz will embrace UC Berkeley's historic tradition of challenging the status quo. Although her career aspirations are still forming and might have even changed since I checked in with her last week, we have no doubt that her relentless critical lens will dismantle the inequities of the past and present and rebuild a future in the image of justice. Congratulations to Eleanor and Raz for receiving the Skyline Social Studies Department Awards. I would now like to welcome Mr. Valdez from the World Language Department.
Hello, everyone. Mr. Valdez. So the World Language Department Award, or wait, let me see. excuse me. So we have a video first, then I'll present the awards for Spanish, but first we'll see the award for French, and Mr. Crawl is gonna explain he couldn't be here, but here is his video.
Bonjour, this is Mr. Crawl, here to talk about the French award for the outstanding senior. It's going to be offered to James Palacios, who was an awesome student for me in 9th grade. And he went on to be an even better student for Mr. Joven in French 2 and French 3. So, you know, he was always a very bright student and always did his work and always asked wonderful questions and very curious about the French language. And he was the only student that wanted to take AP this year. So that was, you know, it showed me that he was really you know, determined and motivated and very deserving of the French award. So congratulations, James, and I hope the best for you. Thanks.
All right, so I have the honor of presenting the World Language Department Award for Spanish to two students, Itzel Zavala and Lisbeth Aguilar. So first off, Lisbeth has always had a good work ethic. Her work in all her Spanish classes has always been exceptional. And as Mr. Zapeta says, who's her teacher right now, she's always been super professional. And despite sometimes struggling with some of the more challenging parts of the class, she always had a smile and she always tried her best. And I was her teacher a couple of years ago when she was a sophomore. And what I remember most about Lisbeth is that she would always come in super positive into the classroom. She was always happy, she was always smiling, and that always transferred over to her classmates. She would kind of bring up, you know, the spirits of her classmates, even if we were doing a boring test or, you know, anything else that might have been difficult for the students. So yeah, Lisbeth, she was always a delight to have in the classroom. So she definitely deserves this award. And now Itzel Zavala, what Miss Aaliyah says, that Itzel is taking or is doing a lot of extracurriculars, including sports and internships. But on top of that, she is in AP Spanish and she is excelling with even the most difficult parts of that class. And she is super impressed by her, you know, her excellence, her amazingness in that class. And she was also one of my students when she was a sophomore. And I do remember her just always being on top of things, always understanding and asking the right questions in Spanish. And she was also a pleasure to have in my class. So Itzel also deserves this award. So congratulations to Itzel and Lisbeth. And now I would like to welcome Mr. Green from the Performing Arts Department to present the award for instrumental music.
Hi, my name is Adam Green and I get to serve as the music department director here for Skyline High School. And I'm very, very excited to present this award to two of our wonderful musicians. I will first start with Miss Anaya Frierson. Anaya has impressed me all of these years that I've got to have with her, last year and this year, with her ability to just be reliable and to be accountable. I know starting this school year, we started out short of violas, and she pulled me aside and said, Mr. Green, I'm gonna be honest, I don't quite know what I'm doing, but if you need the help, I will certainly be willing to switch over. And I have been impressed at her abilities to step up and provide a role that we needed filled in our orchestra. Aside from her ability to be counted on as a musician, I appreciate her ability to be counted on for her voice. Meeting her in my music class last year, in a class that was predominantly dominated by boys who had very strong opinions. Anaya had no problem being in the room and making sure that her voice was heard as well, and offering her viewpoints and insights, and even being willing to check a few people when they said something out of line or untoward. Anaya, whether it be through music or be it through your voice and words, I'm excited to see the change that your voice is going to lend to the world going forward. And of course, last but not least, my other awesome violist, Mr. James Palacios. James is actually the very first student that I ever got to interact with teaching at Skyline last year. And I will never forget, after I was quaking and shaking in my boots in my live interview teaching class with the principals watching, whew, thank God I got the job. As it finished and as I was leaving, James said, "I hope you get to stay and make this your home." It is that type of spirit, that camaraderie, that sense of dedication, not just to himself, but to making sure that his peers, his teachers, and his colleagues feel supported, that truly make James a very special human being. And I'm so excited and happy knowing that there is someone with that level of care, dedication, and consideration for others going out into this world. And I know you're going to do wonderful things, James. And with that being said, I would love to pass it on now to my wonderful colleague, Ms. Awele Makeba, to offer us our awardee in drama.
Oh, Miss Awele, we're
Awards. Oh, sorry.
You're all good now.
Good evening. I'm so excited to present the 2 awards for drama. I'm going to share just a little bit quickly about the program. Our drama program has been recognized nationally by the American Theater Festival for an outstanding theater arts program that's dedicated to artistic excellence and social justice. We strive to meet each of our students at that creative juncture in their life where ambition and curiosity meets. And we present a pre-conservatory training. Students have an opportunity to explore their voice and finding their voice through spoken word poetry, through voice and text work, through singing, through acting, through social justice activism, as well as civic engagement. And I'm going to just highlight a few things, and then there's a special message for Avelina. Avelina gets the Triple Threat Plus Award because Avelina, when I first met her sophomore year, came to Scotland as an understudy and left as a leading lady to standing ovations, and wowed herself just in her ability and capacity to perform on the world stage. From there, Avelina began to emerge and to share her dance talents and became our resident choreographer and movement specialist in professional drama. And she helped to choreograph many pieces that were shared not just in Skyline, but in our community. Avelina also has worked in community theater with a pillar of excellence and integrity that you would think she was on a Broadway stage performing. Avelina has shared her leadership skills with Berkeley Repertory Theater and their core council, providing citywide leadership for teens interested in drama and theater arts as a career. As well as this year in the fall, she performed for an audience of 2,000 at the Hamilton Ed performance. Now here's the special message to Avelina. From one triple threat to another.
Go ahead, Miss Awele, sorry.
From one triple threat to another and one producer to another. Here you go.
Oh, shoot, sorry. There we go.
Hey, Avelina, Jerry Mitchell here. A little birdie tells me that you are going to be on Broadway soon. Yes, I hear you're going to produce. I hear you're a triple threat, and I can't wait to meet you and wishing you nothing but the very best of luck. Congratulations on tonight and full out.
That's Jerry Mitchell, Tony Award winner, director, and choreographer of Kinky Boots on Broadway and the film. And the second award goes to Essence Burroughs, and I'm going to call this the Viola Davis Award because Essence gets to the heart, to the grit, to what makes a character tick, their motivation, and she brings her own life experience into that and shines with brilliance, regardless to if it's spoken word poetry, if it's classical theater, Shakespeare, or if it's a contemporary play. Essence has been recognized and has won many prizes, very much like Avelina, coming in first place and winning cash prizes as well, and command performances in the community. Essence also at college track every week focused on her college and her career, also a leader in her choir and her spirituality, guiding her in her work, as well as us in our class, and also a restorative justice practitioner. And I have a special message for you, Essence. From one phenomenal actor who found his voice in high school to another, Jerry Mitchell.
Hey, Essence, congratulations on your award. It sounds like I'll be seeing you in Broadway very, very soon. All the best. Congratulations. Full out.
Proud of you both. Congratulations.
Miss Awele, would you mind bringing Miss James to the?
Yes. Now I welcome my colleague, my esteemed colleague, Mrs. James from the Performing Arts Department, and to share the award for dance and choreography.
Good evening, everyone. It is so great to be here, although different. The three ladies that you see before you are part of my advanced dance class. And so I'd like to say just a little bit about the class. My advanced dance class, which most of you know as dance production, is a performing class. We have 2 evening performances, one at each end of the semester. And they are the ones whom I take out to perform out into the community. We had a very successful performance in December, and we were all extremely disappointed that we were not able to showcase our final performance this month, which actually would be this week, Friday and Saturday. I would like to acknowledge, though, that my students in dance production are very talented, very skilled, and they work very hard, putting in many hours after school hours, and it seems like they should just get more than what they are getting out of taking the class. So I am excited to say that it is in the works to provide them with a dance production honors class. And hopefully on approval, they would be able to receive the credit that they really do deserve. And moving on to the real reason for this evening. The reason these ladies are before you tonight is because they served as my dance captains this year. And I'm honoring them today because of their deep commitment to the program, to their classmates, and to the beautiful art of dance. But that only tells part of the story. These ladies have individually pushed through in so many ways. Avelina suffered a very bad ankle injury last year that kept her on the sidelines for much of this year. Most people would have given up, but Avelina never gave up on herself, and she never gave up on our class. Zion had many personal challenges that she faced throughout the year. Most people would have thrown in the towel, but Zion, not once did she give up on herself or on this class. Asada was stretched so thin with so many obligations since the beginning of the year, it rendered her in tears many times. Most people would have taken a timeout or just a back seat, but Asada never gave up on herself or on our class. We had storms that we suffered collectively as a class that could have had grave results, but because of the dedication of these 3 young ladies, they never gave up on trying to make this class, this dance production year, the absolute best it could be. They led the class with grace, with strength, and with vision. I could not have asked for better leaders. So I honor you ladies today for your talent. I honor you for your leadership. I honor you for your commitment. And I honor you for your unending desire to persevere. These are words that you have heard before and will most likely hear again. But please do not take them lightly. for they are character traits that the world desperately needs. And the ability to persevere is a skill that I truly hope you hold on to, because as we are all experiencing right now, things happen in life that can seriously turn you off course, causing you to take your eyes off the goal. Asada, Avelina, and Zion, you never took your eyes off the goals we set for ourselves, and it is for that reason that I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of who you are, for all that you have given of yourself and to this program. You are so deserving of it all. Blessings and much, much love to you always. I would like to now welcome my esteemed colleague, Mr. Tracy, from the Visual Arts Department to present the award for traditional art.
Hello again, I'm Mr. Tracy. Visual art and traditional art celebrates artists who create work in painting, drawing, printmaking, ceramics, and a whole bunch of other mediums. In the Visual Arts Department, we seek to teach students not only the myriad ways to make visual art, but also we challenge students to explore what they can say with their work. Through research, experimentation, and collaboration, students engage with art history and contemporary visual culture to comment on their world and uplift their communities and culture. The two students receiving an award for the visual arts are not only possessing of mind-boggling technical skill, but their work is emotive, powerful, and thought-provoking. I want to first give a quick personal message to Yvonne. Yvonne Tai is in my Art 2 class. Yvonne, I really appreciated your patience with Art 2. You're one of the few seniors in that class, and I just was so appreciative of your willingness to go the extra mile, and you went far beyond my expectations in every project. Yvonne is a visual artist with impressive technical skill and authentic, vital content. With each project Yvonne created in Art 2, she pushed herself to improve and was a real role model to younger students. Yvonne's endangered species artwork was featured in our exhibition Wild Places this year at the David Brower Center for Environmental Justice to great acclaim from everybody. It is with great pleasure, Yvonne, that I present you with this award to an artist who has such tremendous promise. Second award who better teacher every day. Bailey Brothers was in art class, and Bailey Brothers is a really self-driven artist, and she hasn't let up one bit since we transitioned to distance learning. Her artwork, she really sees her artwork as a vehicle for social commentary and change. And she was a total joy to have in AP Art, and she inspires me to improve in my craft as well. She inspires me as an artist. She is an intellectual and creative spirit who understands that visual art can start a dialogue about the pressing issues of our time. Her AP Art series, exploring portrayals of women in film, is both beautiful and important in the issues it raises. Congratulations, Bailey, and thank you for being such a wonderful inspiration to me as a student. And I would like to now introduce my esteemed colleague and friend, Ms. Salonga from the Visual Arts Department to present the award for ceramics art.
Thank you, Mr. Tracy. Ms. Salonga was unable to be here this evening, but would like to play a video to honor both Jocelyn Hall and Juan Pena for excellence in ceramics art.
Go. So I'd like to award 2 students for the senior award for ceramics. I have Jocelyn Hall, who I call Josie, so I'm not used to saying her first name. So Josie, I had the honor of having Josie all 4 years from her freshman year to her senior year, and it happened to be also my first 4 years of teaching. And I had the honor to see her grow as an artist from when she was very frustrated, burnt out as a sophomore, and stressed as a senior. And I got to see just like her growth from just learning ceramics. Really see how his expression came out more and more as someone just who I can see really enjoyed working with the clay, saw it as a great means of expression. So good luck to both of you. Congratulations. Y'all mean the world to me, all my students, and you're my precious children. So thank you again for being my students. Bye.
Congratulations, Josie and Juan, for the Excellence in Ceramics Award. I also have the pleasure to award this award for physical education. Ms. Hansen could not be here tonight. I will speak more on Carlita later as she is receiving another award coming forward. And Ms. Hansen submitted this award for excellence for physical education. Carlita Landrum.
Hi, Carl. The PE department wants to thank you so much for being mine and Coach Sal's IWD this year. You were so helpful to us. You would be out there 7th period with Coach Sal tracking laps in the heat in your fabulous outfits, and you would never complain. 2nd period, you would be with me, helping me organize my crazy office, helping keep me organized for season, and doing anything we asked you to, never complaining, and always being so helpful. We want to thank you so much for being so kind to the students, helping set up and tear down activities we were doing. We're going to miss you so much, and you are such a huge asset to our program this year. And we wish you all the best in anything that you choose to do.
Congratulations, Carlita. I will continue on as Mr. Shapiro was not able to be here to award Casaria. Oh, sorry, Mr. Shapiro. I didn't realize you were here. Good to see you. I'm meeting you now. You are all set.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, it's great to be here and to see everyone. So this is my first year teaching journalism. And Casaria was without a doubt one of the real leaders in the class. She was always just working really hard, always participating. She wrote some incredible articles that are a really wide range, from urban cowboys and rodeos in Oakland to offering advice to freshmen. And her kind of crown jewel, most impressive article was investigating the differences between the pathways and is there any inequality between them. And it was honestly really impressive, the investigation that she did. She interviewed several of the principals, teachers in different pathways, and it was just excellent work. And I'm really proud of her. Unfortunately, the newspaper was finished right before the shelter in place started. So I know a lot of people did not really get those copies, although some have. So when I'm done talking, I'm gonna post a link to the digital version that people might have seen, but I really encourage you to read Casaria's article and the other articles in there. And Casaria's article is on page 2. So yeah, congrats again to Casaria, and thank you so much for your hard work throughout this year. I'm really proud of you. And I wish you all the best in college next year and in all your next steps. And I know you're going to do great things. So now I would like to introduce Ms. Schaefer, who, by the way, volunteered her own time. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Ms. Schaefer for helping me learn how to put together the newspaper and stuff in the beginning of the year, because she had some experience with that. So thank you for that. And she's going to be presenting, English Language Learner Award.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. The newspaper is great. So hello, everyone who is on this Zoom and out in YouTube land. I do represent the English Language Development Department. At Skyline, we have more than 200 English learners. We also have hundreds more of students who have reclassified as fluent English speakers, writers, listeners, and readers. So unlike other schools, Skyline has just one class for English learners. They are then taking classes with all the other students who are already fluent in English. So the two award winners this year excelled not only in the English language class, but also in all of their classes. So they did tremendous work to learn the language and learn at the same time. So I would like to first, I guess I'll first start with Thi Hui, and she is an excellent writer. She scored at the top of the state English learners test, even though she had only been at Skyline for like a few months. She came her junior year. So she's an excellent writer and good at many, many things. I also want to commend her for great work on her capstone. She was able to conduct research in both America and in Vietnam as she looked at ocean plastics and their influence and their impact on countries like Vietnam. So I appreciate her for everything she's done at Skyline. And then the second award recipient is John Lester Figueres, and we call him Lester. Lester, I looked at his reading scores, and he grew 6 grade levels in just under 2 years. So a tremendous development in his reading. I also would say that of all my students that I've ever had, both native English speakers and those learning this as a second language, he was probably the most professional emailer that I have ever had. He wrote to me anytime he was going to be absent. He wrote very professionally, spell checked it. It was perfect English. And I really appreciated that professionalism. So congratulations to both Lester and Thi. And I'd like to welcome, I believe, back to the stage, Mr. Anderson, who will present JROTC.
Yes, absolutely. Colonel Williams was not able to be here today. And I have the privilege to present the JROTC Award to an outstanding computer science and technology senior, Kuniko Randall. And Kuniko is here with us today. Hello, Kuniko. This is such an honor. I know how committed you were to the JROTC program. I know with not having Colonel Madison here this year, I know how much you picked up and supported Sergeant Williams in his efforts to continue the JROTC program. I just want you to know that diligence and motivation and hard work was not unnoticed. And so I just want to congratulate you on this award. It's very deserving, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future, Kuniko. Congratulations. I would now like to bring to the microphone a past teacher at Skyline who is not a current teacher, but is also an alumni, used to run our Latino Men and Boys program. His name is Arturo Aguayo, and he is presenting the La Palabra Award for the Latino Men and Boys mentorship program.
Good evening, Skyline, parents and teachers and students. Thank you for inviting me to present this award. Yeah, like I said, I was there the last 6 years as a Latino Men and Boys mentor. Now I'm back in grad school, so it's always great back to just, get back to my community in any way possible. So first, I want to thank Your mother, Josue, for raising an amazing young gentleman and for always being there to support your learning. I want to thank you, Josue, for allowing me to support you through your development as a student. As a young man con palabra, you kept your palabra and maintaining a 3.0 GPA through your high school career and contributing to the community by distributing lunches to day labor workers in the football community. Very much enjoyed having those pláticas about life and your great sense of humor. You brought joy to my work and Skyline every time I work with you. You're very strong-minded and can challenge critically the injustices of our community. You're willing to work hard and accept changes and the challenges of life. Always remember to honor and respect your cultural traditions, history, and ancestral family. Congratulations, Josue. This is your rite of passage of becoming a man of your word. Si se pudo. Anything you put your mind to it, you can accomplish. Ánimo en tu siguiente aventura. Congratulations, Josue, and hope to see you soon. Thank y'all.
We would now like to bring Mr. Muhammad to the stage to present the African American Male Achievement King Award.
Peace, love, and soul, Skyline Titans. How y'all feeling today? I'm honored and delighted to be here to present these two kings with the King Award. First, we'll start with King Tajari Hartwell, who just came to our class this year, but had been in our program previously. And he exemplifies the type of young man that we hope can nurture and grow over the course of being involved with our program and blossom into a powerful king as he transitions from lowercase k to capital K king. So wanted to big up King Tajari. It's been a pleasure getting to know you this year. Man, I wish you could have been at Skyline a little bit earlier, but I'm confident that we'll continue building our relationship over these next couple of years. And peace. And the next award goes to King Javon Carter. If anyone knows this king right here, if you know him, I had the opportunity to bless him to work or get to know him over the last 3.5 years. He is perhaps the most consistently high character young man that I've had the opportunity to work with in my 7 years at Skyline and just in my 20-something years of working with young people. I have just so much profound respect and admiration for his work ethic and his character, his Iwa, which is a term that we really want to strive to teach our kings. Just an amazing young man. Coach Bates referenced that you're going into coding, so I'm sure that you'll do brilliant, amazing things in the future. And it's been an honor to be able to get to know you. I love and appreciate both you and King Tajari, and I'm hoping we continue to stay in touch as well. With that, let me, this concludes our departmental senior awards. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed leaders, Ms. Pierce and Dr. D'Alessandro, as we move on to the student voice and student leader portions of the ceremony. Peace.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. We talk a lot. We talk a lot about what happens between the hours of 8 and 3. And it was a beauty to hear those awards being given. But the reality is most of the students that are being awarded tonight go above and beyond outside of school hours. And it is that dedication, that passion, that work ethic that really helps make the school a better place, our community a better place, and ultimately gives us hope for the future. So part of that is our youth center and our leadership programming. It is integral to helping us walk the talk in real action around authentic student leadership and voice, and we could not do it without them. So please join me in welcoming Mish Kabal and their team to announce the Youth Center and Youth Together Award.
Sorry, Misha, I'm gonna take you off mute. I think you should be good.
Hello.
Hey,
Can anyone hear me?
Hi, everyone.
What's up, Mish? This Coach Bates back on the mic. Mish, I'm gonna go ahead and give Lupe's spiel real quick. Everyone at Lupe wasn't able to join us tonight. I'm just gonna read off the email that they sent me. Due to unforeseen family circumstances, Lupe, our parent family liaison and after school Latinas girl group coordinator, could not attend tonight's event and asked me to present this award on her behalf to Wendy. Lupe and the Youth Center nominates Wendy for this award because of her excellent participation in the Latina girls group, her commitment to improving the culture and climate at Skyline, for her tremendous leadership skills. As a daughter of immigrant parents and a first generation graduate with over a 4.0 GPA, Wendy is an awesome representation of young Latinas and their culture. She serves as a true role model to her fellow classmates and community. Youth Together wishes Wendy nothing but the best in her future endeavors. Guadalupe Gomez. You got it, Mish.
Right. It's so good to see you. Yeah, so I didn't think I was actually going to make it to the senior awards, so I actually submitted a video. Anderson, do you have that video with you?
We do have that video.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, if you could show that video, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
A little bit. Thank you.
Hi y'all, it's Mish from Youth Together / the Youth Center. And before I get into the senior award, I really want to shout out all of you seniors who are out here literally graduating in the midst of a global pandemic that can't be easy. And I really miss y'all. I can't wait to see you soon and to do our handshakes, and sending you all of my love. So the senior award that I am presenting is to Avelina Reviso Weber. I definitely remember the very first time that we met at one of Youth Together's core teams. Not only were you wearing a Superfly outfit that you said that you thrifted, but you just had such a deep love for community. And that has shown up in the ways that you've organized protests, gone out of your way to educate other youth about what's happening in the Oakland community. And the deep love that you have for justice and for folks who are the most impacted shows up in the way that you move. You have such a vibrancy and a light to you that I'm sure wherever you go, that light will continue to affect change. So thank you for your voice. Thank you for all of the life that you bring. And thank you for always speaking truth to power. Sending you all of my love, and I can't wait to see you on Broadway. I'll talk to you soon, and congratulations.
Good deal. Good deal. And lastly, we got Hezekiah Pemberton. Hezekiah definitely is an influential piece of our program, our dream program in Youth Center. We pretty much, we're direct service and leadership development, and Hezekiah is probably the strongest leader in our group. He's an emotional leader more so, but you know, with young men, emotions can go high or low, but he pretty much balances that. I've probably never seen a better leader in my 19 years at Skyline, in the Skyline community, as a student and employee and coach. So I just want to praise him for his ability to overcome some adversities through his high school career and finish this off strong, man. We appreciate you and we got a lot of love for you, for your success, and we'll be here throughout your career, man. You know, tight and pride forever. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach Bates. I have the pleasure this evening to honor two students for the Climate and Culture Keeper Award. And those two are Taylor Daniels and Blaze Finau. Blaze and Taylor, for those of you that don't know, apart from all of the other successes that they've had at Skyline, determined that there needed to be a commitment and a dedication to supporting positive school climate and culture at Skyline. And so they essentially from the ground up created an RJ course that they were leaders in with Miss Genesis and Miss Leah, and Miss Reina, where they supported with countless mediations between students, between staff, helped improve our climate and culture by doing community circles in classrooms and just supporting our campus when we had tough times. I want to give a big shout out to Blaze and Taylor for their commitment just outside of the academic scope, but more or less making our school a safer and more positive and productive place for young people. Thank you, Blaze. I see you on here. I don't know that Taylor's here. Have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know both of you over the 4 years. I can't wait to see what the future holds for both of you. Next, I would like to bring up Mr. Colas to present on the ASB Associated Student Body Leadership Award.
Good evening, all. ASB leadership is what many of us know as student government or student council, but at Skyline, leadership is so much more. The leadership team is responsible for student voice, climate, and culture, making sure that students have fun. And if you imagine like if administrators and teachers are responsible for our students' academic experience, our leaders are responsible for everything else that our students experience at Skyline. So my first award goes to Asada. Asada took the position of ASB Vice, which has not been a super influential position in the past, and she turned it into probably one of the most influential positions in our school. She single-handedly planned the homecoming pep rally and was instrumental in the leadership class, dance production team, as you heard earlier, event planning all year long in support of all our senior activities. Jessica was our senior class vice president, and she took on an amazing amount of work this year. And she was responsible for many of the fun things that our seniors experienced. She put the well-being of her class first and approached all of the situations as a leader in the truest sense of the word, making sure that, you know, she made the most like diplomatic and correct decision for her class, not just herself. Next up, we have Mina. Mina is one of the most diehard Titans I've met. She's so open to help and support anyone in any way at any time. She builds connections with people all over campus. Anytime she comes into contact with them, she makes them feel safe. And she's always wanting herself to strive for better things, and she wants all of her peers to strive for better things as well. Next up, we have Teddy. Teddy was our ASB president this year. He took the school by the reins at the end of his junior year and guided it to do some amazing things. So many times over the past 2 years, I've seen Teddy make decisions that put his school before his class, put his class before his social group, put his social group before himself. He's a selfless leader with grand ideas and the logistical skills and the drive to see them through. And lastly, we have Avelina. Avelina is the climate and culture leader on campus and in our community. She looks out to make sure that everyone has a positive and fun experience at Skyline, students and staff and families alike. She has also been instrumental in developing our 8th grade recruitment at Skyline over the past few years, which very closely correlates with the rise of 8th graders we've had each year. So I want to appreciate and thank all 5 of you guys. Leadership is such an amazing program, and a lot of that is due to you and the work that you put in. With that, I would like to bring up our co-principals to present the 2020 Principals Award.
Thank you, Mr. Colas. The Principals Awards are given to students who embody the Titan way, respect, integrity, and excellence. Dr. D and I are excited to kick this portion off by recognizing 2 students who really uplift our whole community by specifically bringing us closer together.
Ms. Pierce and I had the honor of selecting 2 young men who worked in different ways to build a better Skyline. They created connections through their empathy and deep care for all members of our community. Whether it was by starting a coffee cart that was the talk of all the staff or going above and beyond to help whenever he saw a need. These two found deep ways to make all feel welcome and included. As one of their teachers shared, his ability to connect with people and his huge heart is outstanding. Can't wait to see what this young man becomes because I know it will be great. This is certainly true of both of these young men. Ms. Pierce and I are very proud to honor Vidal Duran and Hezekiah Pemberton. Thank you both for leading by example.
And you can keep that camera right on them while I continue this because they deserve every bit of that spotlight on them. I would like to also now introduce our assistant principals, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Anderson, and Ms. Wong, to award the remaining principals awards for 2020. Quick shout out also to Dr. Hara, who is our 4th AP and is helping behind the scenes with our Zoom facilitation today. Ms. Johnson, you are up first.
It is a great honor for me to present the Principals Awards to Hannah and Clive. This is my first year transitioning to an assistant principal position. However, I've known Hannah and Clive for some time now. Hannah, I adore your self-advocacy. As a student of mine, you were always willing to ask questions. You were always willing to advocate for yourself and advocate for the things you needed as a student, not only in my class, but your other classes as well. I know you will take that and you will do big things in the world. And I'm so very proud that you are my first Principal Award awardee. Clive, the same thing. I am so very proud of you. I am always amazed when I have students of color in upper level mathematics, and you were my first African-American male in AP Stats. You impressed me with your willingness to strive for excellence. Once again, always asking questions when you didn't understand, and most importantly, never giving up. And I value that, I appreciate that, and I know that you will take those qualities and you will also do big things in this world. So I'm very, very honored to have both Hannah and Clive be my recipients this year. And sorry, and now I'll throw it back to Mr. Anderson.
Yes, thank you, everyone. I have the opportunity to present the Principals Award to a few students that are near and dear to my heart. I want to start with Michelle Nguyen. Not sure if Michelle is in the space tonight, but Michelle and I, we first met when a long time ago as a leadership teacher, I was planning a challenge day. And for those of you remember Challenge Day and participated in Challenge Day, it was a lot that went into it and very emotional. And it was a very big deal for Skyline to have a Challenge Day. And Michelle was in my group that day. And that's when we first got to know each other. And so throughout the 4 years, I watched Michelle grow in her confidence. She's always been a very strong student. We will talk about her grade point average in a little bit on this presentation. But she has just demonstrated that Titan way, respect, integrity, and excellence throughout her 4 years here. So what I wanted to just uplift with Michelle is not only is she so strong academically, she is one of the first female students that we had on the wrestling team along many moons ago, 4 years ago. And she worked very hard on the wrestling team and really participated in quite a few extracurriculars at Skyline. So this award goes out to Michelle. I'm so proud of you, Michelle. You're gonna go off and do amazing things as well. Next, I have the pleasure to honor Carlita Landrum, and I know she's here today. And I couldn't let this presentation go past without speaking about Carlita. Carlita came to me as a ninth grader with the confidence of a senior. Carlita, I always talk about her sense of style, and she's a very old soul, and she used to like to look at me and me wearing the same old teacher outfits because she's always dressed to a T. And I just always appreciated Carlita's sense of style. one piece to raise up regarding that. When I was asking students to send me their photos for this evening, she sent me a photo of her really swagged out in the middle of the street. You couldn't even really tell it was her. But that's just Carlita in a nutshell. Always very strong academically, around in leadership, and very supportive of all. Carlita, I'm so proud of you, and this is emotional, and I can't wait as you move forward in this world to see all of the lives that you impact as well. Next up, I'm going to bring Miss Wong to give her Principals Awards.
Good evening, everyone. I have the honor of awarding 2 Skyline graduates the next Principals Awards. Jordan Sanders is a remarkable young lady who has persevered through personal struggles and even recent loss. She has demonstrated, particularly this past year, her senior year, a resilience that's been truly inspiring. Advocating for herself in a quiet and unassuming way, she has kept her eye on the prize, even as things got tough. I see you, Jordan, and I see you reaching for your goal. And I know that right now, your whole family is watching you on YouTube, stream live, and cheering for you, as we all are. I'm just so proud of you and what you've accomplished, and I look forward to hearing about all of your future successes. Congratulations on your Principals Awards, Jordan. The next awardee is a young man named Aaron Jackson. This young man makes every room and Skyline Breezeway and other open space at Skyline a brighter place because of his effervescent smile and his warm heart. He has risen above challenges in life and exhibits a tremendous self-advocacy. He is being awarded the Principals Award tonight, and I know that he will bless any university, any organization with his passion, his positivity, and his deep commitment to make this world a better place. Congratulations. Next, Mr. Anderson, back to you.
I took the liberty of nominating 4 students for this award, and no one told me I couldn't, so I just did it anyways. I want to honor Teddy Mates Muchin and Avelina Revezo Weber. We'll start with Teddy. Really good to see you, Teddy. We've had countless conversations over the 4 years of you being there and what kind of leader that you would be in this role as student body president. From the time when you were younger, determining or deciding whether you wanted to run for class president, you came to me with just a lens of understanding the place that you come from, being a white male at a school with predominantly students of color, and how you would show up in spaces and recognizing your own privilege and uplifting equity for all students. Just you coming to the table with that lens just made me realize how strong and great of a leader you would be and that you've become. And so I'm so proud of you, Teddy. Thank you for all of your commitment and all of the late nights and all of the extras, including every Sunday emailing the entire student body upcoming events and whatnot. So really proud of you, Teddy. Congratulations. Looking forward to your success in the future. Next up, I will present the award to Avelina Revezo Weber, who we have already had a chance to see a couple times this evening, and that is not a mistake. Avelina, you are so well-rounded. Again, just as I mentioned for the other students, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so thankful that you walked through the Skyline gates 4 years ago. Your advocacy for others, your sense of responsibility to the community and to make change is so admirable, and I learned a ton from you. And I want to just wish you the best. Thank you for everything. Thank you for pushing the envelope when we wanted to do a walkout, when students wanted to do a walkout around gun violence and the rights of others. Those are the types of things when I hear, I get very nervous about because I'm not sure how they're going to go. But you pushed it. And it was done very well and thoughtful, and that advocacy really spoke through. So thank you for your voice, and thank you for your commitment to Skyline.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Coming up, I believe, Mr. Anderson, you are going to read off these names, but I'm going to help you transition. We have our top 10 GPA award recipients. That is no feat. This means they have the top 10 total GPA, grade point average, over the course of their time at Skyline. This means they have been able to maintain over time. They have maintained, and we know that that maintenance is going to continue on with whatever they decide to do in their future. This is an amazing award. We hope that you value this achievement. Without further ado, it's time for your spotlight.
Thank you, Ms. Pierce. So as Ms. Pierce mentioned, I have the honor this evening to uplift the students that earned the top 10 GPA for the graduating class of 2020. All of these students had well above a 4.0 GPA. All of these students have been accepted and will be attending very prestigious universities. And so without further ado, I will read them off. You will notice that it is more than 10, as there were a couple ties, and we felt best to honor all of these students. Number 3 GPA, Ricky Liu. Number 4 GPA, Chanel Mao. Number 5 GPA, Young Hao Lee and Stephen Fan. Number 6 GPA, Wendy Matias Perduo. Number 7 GPA, Na Pham. Number 8 GPA, Alberto Dominguez and Donna Vuong. Number 9 GPA, Janan Suleiman. And finally, at number 10, we have Jimmy Chen, Michelle Nguyen, and Adrian Torres. Congrats to all of you scholars.
Absolutely, congratulations. Next up, I believe, Mr. Anderson, don't go anywhere. You are going to announce the salutatorian and the valedictorian.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Pierce. This year we have the honor to have co-salutatorians at Skyline, 2 outstanding young people. I'll start with Yu-Jun Chen, who was not able to be here with us this evening. Yu-Jun Chen has had a top GPA in the class of 2020 and will be attending UC Berkeley next year. Next up is Tina Nguyen, who we see spotlighted there. Congratulations, Tina, on being the class of 2020 salutatorian. Tina will continue his studies at MIT in the fall. And then finally, for the last award of the evening, our valedictorian goes out to Eleanor Wickstrom for the class of 2020. Eleanor, we are all so proud of you and so excited of what the future holds for you. For those of you that do not know, Eleanor will be pursuing her education in the fall at Harvard University. Eleanor, thank you for your commitment and dedication to Skyline. We know that this is not the last we hear of you. Please come back to visit often. Thank you for your commitment over these last 4 years.
All right. Wow, what a night. What a night. We cannot say enough. We would have preferred to celebrate together tonight, honestly. But I have to say this because this is a night of celebration. I'm going off book a little bit. I can't help it. I'm so passionate and so inspired by you all. This night is about celebrating you, but honestly, you all have given us a gift tonight. We come in day out. We give our lives to education. And when you guys show up in this way, it truly gives us hope. So in many ways, this pandemic and everything that's happening around in the world right now, to have a moment like tonight, we really couldn't be more honored to be in your presence, because honestly, you give us hope for the future.
Yeah, we appreciate you all so much and your willingness to be here with us tonight. We're so proud of you all. It's a big night. We hope you celebrate with your families, and we are looking forward to seeing you at graduation on May 22nd. Thank you again, and congratulations, class of 2020.
Woohoo!